Hello and welcome to this session. This is Professor Farhat, in which we will discuss cloud computing arrangement. And most likely you are using cloud computing in one way or another. For example, if you're using Google Document, this is form of cloud computing where you are using the software, but the software is not downloaded on your computer. The software is on Google server. You can use it. It's in the cloud, and you don't have to buy the actual software. Because I can tell you, back in the 1990s, mid 1990s, if you want to have Windows, Office, Microsoft Word, Excel, you needed the actual software and you needed to download the software on your computer. These days you can use the software without downloading the software. So the software will be in the clouds and you will be able to use it. So a CCA, a cloud computing arrangement, is a contract where a company pays a vendor, for example Microsoft, for the right to access and use the software hosted, the location of the software, on the vendor servers via the internet. So you're accessing the what you need, but you don't have the actual software. So the company does not own the software or the underlying infrastructure. The vendors handle all of that. Again, think of Microsoft if you want to think of, Microsoft Office. The best analogy will be like, think of a rental agreement. You are renting an apartment instead of buying the house. You pay monthly. You use the space, but you don't own it. Whenever you don't need it, you could move out and say, thank you very much. I don't need this property anymore, which is, it gives you some flexibility, because if there's a new software, if you'd like to switch to a new vendor, you can always switch if there's a better software that serves your business. You did not have to make that upfront large payment. That's the beauty of cloud computing. If you are using, for example, Farhat lectures, obviously I don't have my own software. I rent my learning management system. It's a learning management system where I use it, so I don't have to build the whole software. It's not, I did not code the software. I'm renting the software. That's another example of a cloud computing, versus if I have to build the software, it would cost me a lot of money, time, expertise, maintenance. I don't have to worry about any of that, nor do you as a student. I rent the software, and that's basically what cloud computing is. From an accounting perspective, you need to be familiar with three phases. Phase 1, the preliminary project phase. Phase 2, the application development phase. And post 3, the post-implementation phase. And from an accounting perspective, we need to know, as CPA candidate, as CMA candidate, as accounting students, how do we account for these expenditure when we are in different stages, because depending on the stage, it's the accounting treatment. Let's go ahead and look at the three phases and see how to account for that.
Want to see more CPA exam multiple choice questions solved step by step? At farhatlectures.com, you will get hundreds of video solved MCQs step by step, including previously released AI CPA questions, previously released AI CPA simulation, in-depth lectures and resources to prepare for the CPA exam, AI tools that's going to help you study smarter, not harder, CPA exam podcast lessons where you can learn on the go. And also you will get the personal guidance of support of Farhat and his team. If you are serious about passing the CPA exam, this is your next step. Visit the website, farhatlectures.com, start your free trial, and I hope to see you on the website.
Phase 1, preliminary project phase. Preliminary means you're in the planning stage. You are looking at what you need in terms of software, talking to your people, talking maybe to an external consultant. At this stage, all costs involved are expensed immediately as incurred. And I hope this should make sense, because all what you are doing is planning. And in planning, sometimes you don't end up with anything. In other words, you plan for things to happen, but you don't proceed because you find out it's not your best option, it's not the right time, so you incur all this cost. What do you do with it? Because there is no probable future value as of right now, you expense it. So for example, a company pays a consultant $50,000 to assess which cloud payroll system best fits its need. We didn't buy anything, we're just asking a question, and we invested some money to answer that question. So what do we do with this 50,000? We expense it right away. And guess what comes after phase one? You guessed it, phase two, the application development stage. This is where the real work happens, customizing, configuring, and building out a system. Now, the cost here will have to be split based on their nature. So some of the cost at this stage will be capitalized, some of the cost at this stage will be expensed. And I hope you know the difference between capitalization and expense. If not, real quick. Capitalize mean you treat the expenditure as an asset, because every time a company spends money, they need to know whether this is a capital expenditure or whether this is an expense, whether it's an asset or an expense. It means it goes on the income statement, asset goes on the balance sheet. We need to make that determination. So here's what we need to know about this stage. If we incur any software licensing fees, we're buying the software, third-party developer fees, coding, testing, those costs are capitalized and recorded as what type of an asset? Intangible asset. Think of it as you are paying to purchase something, but you are paying for the license. It's an intangible asset. You are paying third party to build something, coding, testing, the connection between your system and the server. That's an intangible asset. What will you expense? If you're gonna train your employees, manual data conversion, ongoing support, those are expensed. So think of them as these as operating the business. Even employee training here, operating the business. Manual data conversion, you're just getting the system ready. You need to do this. You need to operate the business. Ongoing support, those are operating expenses. And what do we do with operating expenses? I just kind of revealed that you expense them. They're operating expenses. For example, a retailer paid $200,000 to a developer to configure a cloud inventory system and $30,000 to train staff on it. We capitalize the $200,000 and we expense the $30,000. So this is during the application stage. Phase two. What comes after phase two? Phase two, it's phase three. Post-implementation phase. Post means after you implemented it. Once the system is live and in use, this phase covers ongoing maintenance, upgrades, additional training, so on and so forth. Now, what do you think would happen when you are operating the business? I want you to guess. And you guessed right. You would expense the expenditure. All costs are expensed as incurred, no more capitalization. You're running the business. It's part of your operating expense. You have to maintain the system. You have to update the system. You have to train your employees. After going live, the company pays $10,000 per month for system maintenance and upgrade. You expensed. Now, how about the capitalized cost? What do we do with the capitalized cost? Because that's an asset. What do we do with assets? Well, if it's long-term asset, we will depreciate it. If it's an intangible asset, which is long-term as well, but it's an intangible, what do we do with intangible asset? We amortized. So asset cost capitalized as an asset during phase two are recorded as intangible asset, like the prepaid hosting arrangement, the licenses, they are on the balance sheet. Great. What do we do with those? We are going to amortize them because they are intangible asset, not depreciation, amortize over the life of the hosting contract using the straight line method, beginning when any module or component is ready for its intended use. Just basically we amortize intangible asset. Pretty straightforward. So let's look at this example. Blue Sky signs a 4-year cloud computing contract and incur the following cost. $1 million for assessing system needs, that's preliminary, expensed. Implementation and coding, now we're getting into the basically building the system, $4 million. App development, you capitalize. Staff training expense, manual data conversion expense. What do we capitalize here? We only capitalize the $4 million, and it's over 4 years, $1 million per year is being amortized, and $1.8 million, 1,500,000, $1.8 million is expensed. And this is a quick summary of everything that we said. The preliminary phase, always expense. The post-implementation phase, always expense. During the app development, which is phase 2, implementation and coding capitalize. Training and conversion is expense. And any cost that's capitalized, it's amortized over the contract life. Just an exam tip, the trap on the CPA or CMA exam is misclassifying training and data conversion as capitalized cost. As far as we are concerned, those are operating. They're operating the business as far as accounting is concerned. They are always expensed, even though they occur during the application development phase. So keep that in mind, because they tell you phase 2 and some people think it's expense, capitalized expense. No, expense, preliminary phase. During the second phase, depending on what the expenditure is, then the third one is capitalized. Let's take a look at this multiple choice question from farhatlectures.com. Strating Inc. recently entered into a 5-year cloud computing arrangement. During the application development phase, which is phase 2, we incurred the following costs: $300,000 for third-party software coding, $75,000 for employee training, $50,000 for manual data conversion, and $120,000 for software licensing fee. What amount should the company capitalize as intangible asset? So we have 4 expenditure. Starting with the third-party software coding, you're paying someone to code to build the system for you. Would that be capitalized? I would say yes. $300,000. $75,000 for employee training. Under phase 2, any employee training is expensed. $50,000 for manual data conversion. Also, manual data conversion is part of operating the system. It's expensed. And $100,000 for licensing fee. Licensing fees, everything else is equal, is an asset. All these are intangible asset. And the answer will be $420,000. Now, whether you are now a CPA candidate, CMA, I would recommend you go to Farhat Lectures, look at additional multiple choice questions, especially using the Farhat AI, where it will explain the topic for you, explain the correct and incorrect answer, create a similar MCQ. The best investment you can make is invest in yourself, invest in your education, invest in your professional career. Best of luck and God bless.